Greetings. My name's John Pedersen. I'm the superintendent of schools at the new Underwood School system. We are going to start filming podcasts and make them available to the public. These podcasts will be on our website, and it's just another way for us to communicate what's going on in the new Underwood School. But before I get into any details and some other information about the school district, I think it's important that I share a little bit about who I am and where I've been. I have been a superintendent in South Dakota for a long time, let's just put it that way. I've worked in schools of varying sizes. I was in Chester, a smaller school similar to New Underwood. I was in Beersford. I've been in Harrisburg. I also was in Pierre. And then last year, I did what I'm doing here. I was an interim superintendent where I served the second semester in Custer, just like I'm doing it here. I will be the superintendent until June 1st. Right now, the school board is actively pursuing applicants for the position. The new superintendent will start in New Underwood on June 1st. If not June 1st, at least by July 1st. So we're working on that. Also, the board has developed a questionnaire, and hopefully all of you will be getting a copy of that, and we ask for your input as to the qualities and qualifications that you want from the new superintendent. So that's a little bit about that. Now, important things, because I do feel that family is so crucial in one's life. I'd like to share a little bit about my family. My wife Diane is a retired kindergarten teacher. She taught for several years as a kindergarten teacher. Her last position was in Tri-Valley, which is a school district near Sioux Falls. I have two daughters. My oldest daughter is Kristen. My oldest daughter is Kristen. And Chris is a speech pathologist at the Huron Hospital. She has 4 children, Maddie, Riley, Marty, and Payson. Then my youngest daughter is Kimberly. Kimberly lives in Chamberlain, and she's a special ed teacher at the St. Joseph's Indian School in Chamberlain. She has 3 children. They are Brant and Dawson and Maddie and Libby is who's in Chamberlain. So with that, let's move along with some things about our school. I think most of you are aware that approximately 5 years ago, schools were really set back like many other agencies in South Dakota. And when I say set back, we were cut 8.65% from our budget. You know, and I don't think we've ever had possibly too much money in South Dakota, but that really hurt us, and of course it was understandable. You know, the country was in some dire straits financially. Governor Dugard wanted to balance the budget. The year before he took office, it was Governor Rounds at that time. He had froze schools, and then we went back 8.65. Last year, I believe we were within $40 of our per student allocation, and I think this year we're just a little bit ahead. So if you look at it, where we're at today financially, we're where we were 5 years ago. And it's been a struggle. South Dakota, we are financed on a per pupil basis, is how it works. We get X amount of dollars. I think next year the legislature is talking about funding us with a 2% increase. It's my understanding, if we would get 2%, that would be $4,877 in what we would get per student from state and local taxes. So consequently, schools are struggling financially to do the best job they possibly can. You know, a little bit about our school, about the new Underwood School. And you know, and I suppose that we usually say good things about the school we're in, but I don't think I have to do that. You know, I think I can be candid with you folks, and I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the new Underwood School. I can honestly say that I would be very pleased to have my grandchildren going to school here. I think we do a good job. I think we do an excellent job. You know, the other thing about our school is the students. And in a smaller school, I've gotten to know many of the students. I've got to be in most of the classes already, and we have some outstanding students, we truly do. I think the past few years, the New Underwood School has really tried to stress academic achievement, has tried to really push our students to do better academically, and I think they've done quite well in that effort. You know, I suppose we've got a couple of seniors here, and this is probably a good time to give some credit where credit is due. Shy, Jesse, Ashley, Carissa, and Justin are in Mrs. Meyer's communication skills class, and they're the ones that are taping this, and they're the ones that are going to be helping me get this on our website. And while I'm on it, Shy and Jesse are seniors. And I know that they've heard me say this, and you cannot believe the outstanding senior class that we have here. I mean, the class of 2015 at New Underwood is outstanding, and believe me, I don't say that about all classes, but I've had the opportunity to talk individually with most of these students. I've still got a few yet to come in, and this is a great bunch of young people that are going to do great things. I have high expectations for them. So, moving right along to another area, you know, who are we and what about the New Underwood School? And I say that because data right now says that approximately 15 to 18% of the adults in a community have children in school. You know, I mean, when you think about that, 15 to 20% have kids in school. And the reason I bring that out is that we all pay taxes, so the other 85%, they're paying taxes, and they want to know about our school. And you know, I know from experience, and many of you do too, that when our children leave school, when they graduate, we lose track of the school and we don't know much about it. So that's what we want to do here is again, educate and share information with all of our taxpayers. We have 268 students in the New Underwood School, 268. We have 22 seniors right now. And I bring that up because I told you about the, what was it, 4877 that we're projected to get next year. And if we lose enrollment, if we don't have as many kindergartners coming in as seniors leaving, we're going to lose money in our school, in our budget. So that's critical. Another item that I wrote down that I think is important information, our general fund budget is approximately $1.9 million. Now, what is general fund? General fund primarily is salaries for all of the adults working in the school system. And if you look at most budgets, I haven't checked New Underwood's out yet, but approximately 85% of your general fund budget goes towards salaries. The other one is capital outlay. We budget $170,000 for capital outlay. Capital outlay would go for desks, it would go for roofs, it would go for, you know, fixed items, fixed assets is what capital outlay would go for. We have a budget of $260,000 for special ed, and thank goodness we have that budget. Special ed is for students with special needs, and it accommodates them and meets the individual needs that these students have. You know, another thing that I think is a credit to our school district, we have approximately 151 schools in South Dakota, 151 K-12s. And our cost per pupil ranks 47th. So what that means is there's approximately 104 schools that spend more per pupil than the New Underwood School District. And I share that because I think we are a very efficient school district. In the future, we are going to attempt to limit podcasts to approximately 10 minutes. I don't think I'm quite to 10 minutes here today, but that's all right. And you might say, well, why the 10 minutes? I guess what I've found in the past is that people lose interest after 10 minutes. So this is something, as I said earlier in the podcast, we're going to try to do every 2 weeks. And hopefully you will be interested in the information that we provide you. And so this concludes our first of hopefully many podcasts.